Hello, this is Soundout here, and today we're going to reach for the stars and review the Collector's Edition Modern Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's morphin' time!
There's the Collector Edition Modern Sonic, and I got mine from Target.com for $49.99. It happened to stock, and I ordered it right away. I was like, yep, gotta get this. I'm excited. I really liked the first Collector's Edition figure, which was the Classic Sonic, which I still have the box for, because it's kind of a really nice box. So this was released about a year ago. I did a review of this on my channel, so go check it out if you haven't yet. This was kind of a 30th anniversary edition. It's Sonic from Sonic Mania, whereas this is Sonic from Sonic Colors. So you got Classic Sonic, Modern Sonic, and there's accessories within. What's interesting is they don't have the 30th anniversary branding on here like they do here. So we might be moving away from that considering the anniversary, well, was last year and not this year. But anyways, I'm really excited to take a look at this thing. But first of all, quick look at the box. You know, we got Sonic on one side, we got the figure on the other. On the back, it shows basically everything that we're getting. And then, you know, on the side, another pose where his arm is bent in a weird direction. And then we have the magnetic flap to open up the front. And you can see that this one is based on Tropical Resort from Sonic Colors and Sonic Colors Ultimate. So it's all decked out and all colorful. But let's open this guy up and actually take a look at the finished figure. So as I was opening this, I noticed the accessories like the hands and such were in a nice like themed cardboard sleeve, which was really cool. And I thought maybe it could fit under the stand, but nope. Not quite. Still wish there was some kind of bottom tray on these. It was the same issue with the first ones. Like you can put the accessories under there, but there's nothing to hold it if you wanted to just pick this up. So things to improve for next time. All right, so here is the modern Sonic himself. So out of the box, he does have two hands on, which is the fist and the kind of, I don't know what to call it, but modern Sonic does this a lot. It's just kind of his posed hand. But yeah, let's take a look at the guy. So what I noticed first off the bat was that he doesn't have the kind of rubber coating that the classic one did. And I know that that was flaking off for some people. I like the texture, but this is just a solid plastic. Now what's kind of interesting is it does have kind of like the same sort of seam line thing. And I don't know why that is when like the smaller Sonic doesn't. I guess just because it's larger. Which, by the way, they aren't the same sculpt, like, at all. They actually are different, you know, from face shape and everything. I like this, the Jazzwares, or not the Jazzwares, sorry, the Jakks Pacific basic Sonic figure, but I kind of like the overall look of this Sonic. I feel like he's a little more on model. It's kind of a little bit of a do-over. I know the larger size is another thing, but you can see, you know, this guy's more of a 6-inch, this guy's more of a 4-inch. But, you know, it's kind of cool to see that there is some variation with the Sonics. So anyways, looking at the figure, again, a little closer, I love the head sculpt. I really do. I think it's got like a good proportion of the eyes to the mouth to the overall head, and it looks really good. What's also interesting is this guy's kind of beefy. Normally with Sonic, we get these really thin arms, but he's got these really like solid looking shoulders and arms. Like he's been, you know, at the gym Sonic, which is kind of fun. And then down to the legs. Again, the shoes, really well done. Just like with the classic Sonic, this has some of the best paint work that Jakks Pacific puts out. I'm sure the $50 price helps with that. But yeah, he is really well painted. I mean, just very well painted. There's no slop, and it's all very clean. Now, articulation-wise, of course, we do have a left and right swivel. The classic one had a bit of an up and down. This one's just a left and right. That's just because of the design. Shoulders-wise, they move out, they move forward and back. He does have an elbow bend. You got to kind of rotate it into place so you can bend at the elbow. And then this also rotates here, and then also, I think it rotates at both points in the elbow. Then he's got ball jointed wrists, so they can turn and move. Hips, they move forward and out. They move back and somewhere. And then you got knees, and then the knees, just like with the elbows, you got to get them lined up correctly because the joint does rotate. And then once you do, it doesn't want to go. Why are you not moving, Mr. Knee? There we go. Took a little bit of force, and it actually, that was maybe a little too much force. But anyways, that moves like that, and then you got the ankle ball joint. So same thing on the other side of the figure. That's concerning. That's a little, it's a little bitty stress mark right about there from just trying to bend the knee. So be careful. I'm also filming in cold conditions, but you can see, yeah, it's a little stressed there. So, and that may also just be the darker plastic is making it a little bit more noticeable, but that's a little concerning. I think the elbows are fine though, right? They're a little tight. I do appreciate tight joints over loose joints, but oh boy, that's a little tighter than I like. So anyways, keep that in mind, but you can get them kind of ready to go in a running pose. I'm not going to mess with those knees too much. But yeah, so you got kind of like, you know, Sonic ready to move. And yeah, pretty cool overall. Those elbows and knees, they're a little stiff. Slightly worrisome. Now, much like with the classic Sonic, he has a cool stand, and this stand is based on Tropical Resort, like I mentioned from the box images. And you can see, I actually like the effect in the back a little bit more because it's got kind of like this left and right turning motion, and then the bricks around all the sides are also, well, not on that side, on all those front sides, and then even the starting star on the front. Really cool. Just like with the classic, you got these two spots here, which fit with the two spots on his feet. So you can get this guy stabilized on a stand, looking awesome, pretty cool. So when it comes to swapping the hands on this guy, it can be a little frustrating. So the hands he comes with fit great, and essentially they are just ball jointed at the end of the wrist. So you gotta wiggle them, pop them off. But then you say you wanna go put like another hand on, you gotta push it on, and it doesn't quite get there until you get it like there. So it's a lot harder to put the hands on that weren't included in the box. I don't remember if this was a thing in the classic Sonic, so go check my review. But it does take a lot more effort when it's not the hands that he originally came with. So keep that in mind with this figure. The hands, just like the elbows and knees, are a little tight. Hands-wise, Sonic has his kind of unique grabby hands. I don't know what else to call them. He's got two fists, so he's ready to power up to Supersonic. He's also got the iconic finger-waving hand or finger-pointing hand, and he also has a splayed-open hand. So just like with classic Sonic, modern Sonic can swap his face out. So you basically just kind of give a little tug on his nose, and you can reach in here and pull out his eyes. Now this, unlike the hands and the articulation, is much easier than it was on the classic Sonic, where it was kind of a pain. So this is definitely an improvement, and you can give him different expressions, such as Happy Sonic, Serious Sonic, Smirking Sonic, Bored Sonic, Tired After a Long Fight Sonic, Insert Your Own Joke Here Sonic, Really Happy Sonic, Sonic in Water, and Overall Pleased with Himself Sonic. So he can emote pretty well. But what else does he come with? Well, kind of a couple interesting accessories, including a Chaos Emerald that he can hold. This is a similar Chaos Emerald to the one we've seen in the 4-inch line, this being the one, I think, from Knuckles. But you can see it's basically the same mold, slightly different color. Just like with Omega and Neon Sonic's Chaos Emeralds being a little different, this one's a little different as well. But look at that, he can actually hold it, unlike any of the smaller figures, so I'll take that as a win. Now his last major accessory is unique to Sonic colors, and that is the Laser Wisp. So this, Wisps, for those that don't know, are these alien creatures that give Sonic different powers and abilities within Sonic colors, and they've carried forward to other things like Sonic Lost World and Team Sonic Racing, and they've essentially become the new Chows. But with these, it's kind of cool because each gives a different power, but we've never had any toys of them in any extensive format, and this is the first time Jakks has made one. Now, I don't know size-wise what these are supposed to be. It feels a little large, but this is the Laser Wisp, specifically from Tropical Resort Act 1, which was the first one he had that has specific power. Part of me wishes that the Wisp he came with was Yacker, just because that was a specific character in the game, but I do like the Wisp. Now, when I first saw this in the parts count, I was like, oh no, that thing's not going to stand, because duh. But it actually comes with a tiny little stand, so this actually plugs in there, and you can have the Laser Wisp next to Sonic, which is pretty cool. It's unique to that game and that specific design, which is what they're going for with these collector's figures, and I really like it. On a side note, this stand is a universal plug system, so it actually can hold the Chaos Emerald in case you want to have that supported, or any of the other accessories. So I kind of hope we see more of these little stands, because I would like to see things like, you know, being able to stand up all the Chaos Emeralds. Like, I'll buy a pack of 7 of these. But, you know, the Chaos Emeralds still stand fine because they're flattened out at the bottom. But, yeah, definitely the Laser Wisp, you're going to need to have them up on the stand and good to go. So, pretty cool overall. All right, so the two Sonics are meeting here. Let's take a look and compare and contrast the two different collector's grade figures. So you can see here that size-wise, they are basically the same height. In fact, Classic Sonic's a little bigger, which is kind of interesting when most of the times Classic Sonic is done a little smaller because of proportions. It's supposed to be like Kid Sonic and Teenage Sonic or something like that. So having them side by side is kind of interesting because, yeah, this guy feels gigantic compared to this guy just based on the normal scaling we've seen in figures before. But honestly, they don't look too bad next to each other. I will say that this Sonic didn't have any knee joints, so that's probably the biggest problem with this one. But his faces are still really hard to swap out, whereas his faces are much easier. So it's kind of a back and forth. The hands are easier to swap here than they were here. Now, that could all be QC things. That could not necessarily be design. I think design-wise, these are two very, very well-designed figures, and they make nice companion pieces to each other. And as you can see, side by side, this is just two very happy hedgehogs. I really like this format of figure, and I hope that now that we've got the two Sonics, maybe we can get a Tails, a Knuckles, in either classic or modern. Just, you know, I'd like to see this format continue just beyond the two Sonics, because these just turn out really great. There are some hiccups here and there, and, you know, that's fine. I think some things are improving. Those knee joints worry me a little bit. That's my only real concern with this Sonic. And, you know, I'm pretty happy overall, I gotta say. So that does it for this review. Overall, I think Modern Sonic's great. The only thing is those knees. They're clearly stable. That's the one thing, is I wanted to show this here. He can balance on one foot pegged into the stand because those knees are solid. They're not going anywhere, and that's pretty impressive. So just take some care when you're bending them, but they may have done that on purpose to make sure they're sturdy. But yeah, the stress marks, slightly worrisome, but other than that, they're fine. The elbows loosened up. I think that was just initial tightness. And the hands, you might want to heat them up to pop them on all the way, or just pop them on enough to get them to stay. There's just a little tightness there that should get better over time, especially if you have the figure and pose them around. The only thing I'm concerned about is the knees, just because the stress mark started appearing while I was doing that on camera. But other than that, he's holding up fine. I think he's going to be pretty solid overall for the majority of his existence, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, if you're looking for this, take a look at some online retailers. I got mine from Target. He'll probably be popping up on Amazon soon. I think he's hit Entertainment Earth already. So take a look around. Definitely worth the pickup if you want a, you know, kind of more high-end, not quite, you know, import figure level, but more high-end Sonic figure, because this is really nice. It's a really nice set. So that does it for this review. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, hit subscribe and the notification bell. There will be a lot of Sonic reviews coming in the future, especially with the second Sonic movie coming up, so stay tuned. I already have a Silver the Hedgehog, just waiting to find a Rouge the Bat, and we can get another review out then. So there will be more Sonic stuff on the channel, and if you missed anything, go check the playlist. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments what you want to see next in the Collector's Edition lineup. I'm personally hoping for a Tails, just either a modern Tails or a classic Tails, just a Tails to go with the Sonic. And I hope this continues beyond just the two Sonics. So, you know, stay tuned. Check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for Sonic movie news and more. And my awesome graphic designer on Twitter at DarkClaw643. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.